Hello, I am back. Hope you guys didn't miss me too long. Anyway, so I am in the water treatment plant inside of Megaton. Um, it appears to be electric generators with lights. It doesn't seem to be any noise on, so maybe they're having trouble with that. If I recall right, I think that's an actual mission, but oh, that's kind of neat. Using a tin can as a shade uh, for your light. So you do have electrical light. Interesting. Anyway, just trying to get a feel for this town, looking around. Mostly looking for the bar at this point. Ah, this is supplies, because it says supplies on the top of the building. It's also the front of a airplane. Ooh, that's a pretty little makeshift sculpture, so that's still signs of potential culture here. Might be an atom. So it looks like a plane. This is a site of a plane crash, or plane crashes. I can't quite. Oh, there's a saloon over there. And oh, look, there's a giant nuclear bomb in the middle of the town. Now I know where the town gets its name. That's not necessarily a good thing. All right. A lot of people walking around here in the middle of the night. I should say anything because I'm like walking around in the middle of the night. What? How rude. Just because I look at the front door, you think I'm going to try to break in? What a jackass. Alright. Oh, good. Finally found the restroom. Hey, bud. Don't stare. I think activating is going to try to make you drink it. Don't ask why. So I won't. Okay, we got a bathroom with a bathtub and a creepy guy just staring at me. Dude, I'm in the bathroom. You know, there's nothing worse than when you're in the bathroom. And, oh, where'd he go? He left, like a ghost. Oh, there he is. Saloon. Nothing else, I might be able to get some information about the general geography and layout of this area. Like Mr. Wavy Dude over there, looks way too friendly.
Just when I had all but given up hope. My dear boy, I'm very happy to meet you. I am Mr. Burke. And you, well, you are not a resident of this putrescent cesspool.
That's not very nice to say, especially when you're sitting here. I do not find him enthralled. Yeah, if you got a point, make it.
As you wish. I'm looking to employ an individual with no ties to Megaton, no interest in its future. Megaton is obsolete, the last vestige of a cobbled, desperate past. It needs to go away. You are going to see that it does.
What the fuck? Yeah. Let's just find out. Let's see if the plan really is to destroy the town or not.
No. I'm merely a recruiter. You get to handle the real fun. The undetonated atomic bomb for which this town is named is still very much alive. All it needs is a little motivation. I have in my possession a fusion pulse charge. Once rigged to the bomb, it will be detonated by you in a secure location.
That doesn't sound nice at all.
Now that is a disappointment. Well, if you change your mind, the office is
What? Why is a dude sitting in the bar in this town trying to recruit people to blow up this town? That's just...
Bob, it ain't the radio. The Enclave station comes in fine. It's Galaxy News. Their signal's been shit lately.
Son of a bitch. Come on. Work. Come on, work.
You want something or you just looking to get your ass beat? Colin Moriarty, that's your son. Welcome to Moriarty. My saloon, my home, my slice of heaven in this backwoods little bird. You've got the caps, I've got your pleasure. Please sit down, make yourself comfortable. Your troubles are a thing of the past.
Alright. That's what I want to know. The area outside of Megaton.
Why the hell would you want to go out there? Listen to me, lad. Megaton has everything you could possibly need. Why go anywhere else?
Okay, that's not a good sign if everything you could possibly need is here in Megaton. Because it kind of looks like a shithole. And that's, you know what, that's an unfair observation. They are making the best with what they have.
Stay the fuck out of my business. Don't go where you don't belong and buy your drinks here. That's all you need to know. And so now we
Hey, Smokeskin. You need something? Drink, maybe? Anything? Anything at all?
Okay, so this is a gentleman named Gob. Okay. One of the options is ghoul. I don't know if that's what they're called or if that's a pejorative used against folks like this. Two, there's a different... I don't know if this guy's... is he unique or they're more like him? Is going to be the question. Okay, neither response, top response is very nice to him.
You're not gonna hit me, yell at me, not even berate me a little bit?
No?
Well, then, that's a surprise. I'm used to every asshole smooth skin in this town giving me shit just 'cause I look like a class. I'm glad to see that there are a few worthwhile people around here. Listen, Moriarty'd have my head if he thought me selling it at this time. But for you, I'll listen.
Always be nice. Get that karma.
A place called Underworld. It's a ghoul city down in D.C. I set off up here to find adventure and fortune. And, well, I found this place. I'm sort of stuck here. Colin says that I can't leave until I pay off my debt to him. Of course, he charges me room and board, so if you ever get to Underworld, tell Carol that I said hi.
Alright, so we had another location. Yes, last time we learned about a location called Canterbury Commons. Now we know about a place called the Underworld in DC. Cool. We are starting to fill things out.
Mr. Moriarty says we can keep it on. It's a good radio station. I like hearing the DJ Greedo and how he's helping to fight the good fight. If only I was a part of that, instead of being stuck in this dive.
What's the word around town, man?
I couldn't tell you, David. I talked to Manya if you care that much. She's lived in Megaton longer than anyone.
Okay.
Come back soon.
Got something on your mind? Yeah. Who, Gob? Well, if you can get past how he looks, he's a sweetheart. Colin's awfully hard on him, though. He don't talk about it much, but apparently there's a whole city of ghouls somewhere down in D.C.
It's always good to confirm your information.
A couple of times, but other than that, Really sad.
So I wonder if...
Been here for, I guess about 15 years now. Ever since Moriarty bought him off those slavers.
What a... Is the ghoul, Mr. Gob, a slave?
Well, the miserable bastard is hard on all of us. But Gob gets it the worst. I guess just because he's different, you know? Sure thing, baby. What did you have on your mind?
What's it take to hire you? See, this is the naive me walking here and going, "Hi, nice lady," and then realizing she's the prostitute. But I'm just gonna get a room for the night.
For you, a room and some company will run you 120 caps.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, never mind.
Okay, then.
Not that I'm against that. One, I don't have 120 caps. And two, I don't know enough about this world and these conditions to ensure that she's engaging in this trade of her own free will. So, I'll pass on it for now.
Take care of yourself, hon.
Alright, I think, yeah, it's daytime now. I should start working my way out of here. And, there's people standing around it. Okay, I'll find out when I get myself down there. This place is a labyrinth. And I will say, this place looks like it should be falling down onto itself, as rickety as it is, but it's holding. Yeah, that's there's a lot of spindly stuff on here, so that's wow, that's some space between bathrooms. So the women's room's over here and the men's room's way over there. That's not cool. I'm not breaking into people's houses. It really wants me to break into... Oh, I might as well just jump down. Oh darn, it was a cool little slide thing there. We got turbine. Yeah, we got a plane that crashed.
To our humble little community. Dear child, welcome. Welcome to Megaton. I am Confessor Cromwell, prophet of Atom and father of the undying glow. Please, child, come to the church anytime at all.
So we got the Church of Atom. It appears to be some sort of faith in this town. I might go beyond the town.
The Church of the Children of Atom is based on the idea that each single atomic mass in all of creation contains within it an entire universe. When that atomic mass is split, a single universe divides and becomes two, thus signifying the single greatest act of Atom's creation. Occasionally, a divine event occurs, and trillions upon trillions of new universes are created. The last such event took place here, 200 years ago. Where most of the lost children of Atom see that event as simple war and devastation, we
I'm gonna have to think on that for a while to understand that ideology. I was almost there for a little bit, then they lost me a little, but I'll take my time. This is the initial research. I'm recording this, so I will be able to go back to my research later and find out what's going on.
Those who were called to Atom during the Great Division were very fortunate. They were permitted to aid in the process of Atom's creation. We seek the same, both in symbol and in fact. And the bomb, as you call it, represents Atom's capacity for creation. We kneel before it and ask that Atom call us to aid him. We pray that out of our meager bodies, he will create new life.
I don't want to pass judgment, so let's talk about something else. I'm not donating to this. Let's find out if he knows anything about outside of Megaton.
In my youth, I traveled quite a bit, but that was a different life. I assume that you are seeking information and advice, yes?
Yes.
The only advice that I can offer is this. You will find no wealth in the wasteland greater than that which you will find within yourself. Bask in Atom's glow, and you will understand.
The real treasure is the friends you make along the way. I get it. Let's move on.
You well on your path.
So that's it.
Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye shall be blind to his glory. Every ear shall be stricken.
Luxury apartments, I'm sure, is a...
Now, I know I've never seen you in Megaton before. Let me guess. Just passing through, right? We get people trying to settle down here all the time. Anyway, if you're hungry, you came to the right place. What can I get you? I ain't heard much. Truth be told, I don't really ever leave Atlanta. Too much work. Too few hours in a day, you know?
So, another interesting observation is like the hairstyles. This hairstyle takes a lot of work, product, to pull off. You got to curl, you need hairspray. Where are they getting that stuff? So she's not very helpful. She's here to sell stuff. Okay, here's a better look at one of these bromides. It looks to be some sort of mutated cow with two heads. It appears to be docile enough. It's not attacking me, even though I just notice this one has extra horns coming out of the side of its face. At first I thought it was robust in size, but it appears to be very gaunt. Without getting too far underneath it, I'm going to assume it's a female because of the protruding udders underneath it and the pail nearby for milking. So this is possibly part of a livestock for these communities. So they're used as beasts of burdens and as livestock. So interesting. So let me get out of here and start looking around some more, because otherwise I'll get caught up in trying to actually play the story of the game, and that's not why I'm here. Goodbye, deputy. So let's see. So I'm just leaving Megaton now. That's tempting, that's DC, but I think I want to actually head west first and see what... One, to see if there's an edge of the map, if there's anything beyond that. and sort of work these things in quadrants. I think I want to work the southeast quadrant first, then the northwest, then the northeast, and then finally the southeast. Sort of save DC as the final spot to go to. So, alright, let's start heading west. Thankfully. My Pip-Boy HUD comes with a compass, so I can see where it's going. It'll be inconsistent. Elevated roadway could be the Capital Beltway, Route 495, which circles Interstate 495, which circles the Washington D.C. region. Well, there's a water tower here. I don't think I inspected it before. It's part of Springvale. This is very desolate. I mean, a lot of exposed rock. Northern Virginia is definitely when you enter the Piedmont region. DC and points east are part of the coastal plain. And once you get into Northern Virginia, you start entering the Piedmont, but this is even a lot of rock exposure for that, so I'm wondering if a lot of soil displacement has occurred in these areas. Partially explaining why you're seeing those sort of like soil rises within those homes and things like that. That somehow the bombs blew off the topsoil, basically in areas, leaving the bedrock exposed further. It's an early speculation on that. The water tower doesn't appear to have any markings on it. Okay. Oh, I could. Okay. Once again, irradiated. Oh, I noticed my health is at half. There we go. So I don't do that anymore. Alright, so clean water is definitely a rare resource now. It appears to be most of the water is still irradiated. Just trying to find ways to work myself west. Have to take the roundabout way. Oh, okay. I now come to a road. Always want to serve. Holy shit! Where'd I? Ah. Vicious dog just comes and attacks me. Oh, come on, doggo. I don't want to hurt you. That was not wanted nor planned. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that dog meat's going to be important around here. As I said, I'm going to defend myself, but I will try not to initiate any combats during this playthrough. There's a hostile over there. Thankfully the radar can give me some heads up on hostiles, so I won't necessarily run into all of them. So I've now found another surface road. It appears to be asphalt. There still seems to be traces of the yellow line. There's even the little reflectors on the road. Let me take a picture of that so I can go research that later. I'm trying to remember those reflectors on the road, whether they are plastic or metal in nature. Once again, I'm trying to evaluate what kind of like conditions these things should have been under after 200 years of exposure. That is the odd part about some of the things I'm finding out here, is that they still exist. I mean, one thing I'm definitely noticing by the grasses and stuff like that is that this has not returned to its more swamp-like, there's a better word for that, environment of the Washington, D.C. region, a very humid area. There appears to be a sign here. A couple signs. A sign, let's see if it's... Whoa. What was that? That's another speed limit sign, 50 miles an hour. Bit of another tire. So, not that I'm worried about things. But I think I'm gonna go with my gun rather than my... Okay, so this appears to be an advertisement for the vault systems. There's another automobile. So definitely strange looking automobile to be rear-engined. The people of this one, there's definitely some sort of retro future where people have readopted an aesthetic to the American 1950s. It is also interesting for United States 2077 for an image like this to be so Caucasian. But I don't know enough about the social structures within this world yet to sort of really judge whether sort of similar class hierarchies that exist in the United States of 2019 would have existed in this United States of 2077. More automobiles. I'm also being cautious because I don't know exactly which direction that thing came from. Gonna try to get the higher ground, sort of get a better view of my environment, as well as scout out other potential things of interest like that. Alright, so this appears to be one of the highest points on the landscape right now. So I'm facing back to the east, and due east of me is going to be Megaton. So we have Megaton over there, followed by the Capitol and the Washington Monument. The vault and the school are going to be over here. There appear to be other sort of factory buildings or tall buildings. Over here we have a collection of tall buildings further east. The road is obstructing a lot. That's the town of Megaton right here. It carries through, I believe. Looks to be... not sure what that is. Some more traffic signs. There appears... okay. To the southwest, there's another sort of taller building with antennas, a single almost a keep type of building. A building with a tall center stack. To the west, there appear to be mountains. These might be the beginning foothills of the Blue Ridge. Like I said, the geography of this area is going to be different. Okay, there's another robot down there. Looks like it's engaging in combat with a dog. The last one I ran into appeared to be friendly, but this one looks a little different. One, it's capable of combat, and two, it has like little arms and stuff. But that little town with that little rocket in it might be interesting. It looks like there's a church, a couple buildings, another water tower. I think I do want to investigate that. I believe that robot is showing up as a red on my screen, which from my understanding of the game means it's a hostile. So I'm going to try to avoid that. Alright. We have a grain silo over here as we further, looks like we are getting to more foothills. Looking north, there appears to be another cluster of buildings to the northeast. And then finally doing the full turnaround and facing east. So that's what I can see from here right now. But I'm going to continue west, and I'm going to continue to try to get into this little community over here and see what that is. I think the triangle with nothing in it means it's a location that can be discovered. So let's go discover it. And not engage with that killer robot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, come on. To be fair, these are possibly the biggest giant mole rats I've ever seen, so... Please don't come up here, whatever you are. I really, really don't want to be killing things on this playthrough. I'm trying to do science. But I also can't do science if I'm dead. So, to translate this out, yes, some archaeologists in the actual real world do have to go out into the field with weapons to protect themselves. Especially in places where there are things like bears and things like that, who may not understand why you're there and just want to do what bears do and tell you to go away. Alright. I'm now definitely much further to the west in some community that hasn't triggered itself up yet. That's the one interesting thing I found on here, is that places will get triggered. I'll have to note the difference between those places that do and don't show up on the map. We have a telecommunications tower. Radio Osco Tango. So I activated a radio signal. What is it? Oh, let me turn that off. Come on. Okay. I don't know Morse code. Oh, I know what I can do. Pardon my indulgence. I'm going to listen to it for a little bit, and then I can try to translate it later. Okay, it's repeated at least twice, so I can pay attention to that later. Alright. To get back to the task at hand, still see fire hydrants. Oh! Duh. I see how much hit points it'll give me back and how much radiation it'll give me, so that's the price to pay for things around here. You can get fixed, but it'll hurt you. Refrigerator with empty bottles. So I'm inside of another structure. Once again, these wooden structures are surviving a lot better than I would expect. There's definitely, the climate around here has definitely changed. Okay. We have a human skull. Still intact. With inside a bathtub. The lower teeth still seem to be in socket. I don't know enough. I'll have to let my bio-arc people really come in to evaluate the quality of that skull. What's interesting, though, is that the rest of them... let me look. I'm looking for body parts. Because that's one thing that definitely would be of interest to me. And I could definitely look into. If there are no body parts, and I'm not seeing any nearby, that skull could have been placed there post-mortem. Because then it opens the question of who put the body, who put the head there. So, we have mysteries going on here. Yes. Utility poles, we have a diner. That's Dot's Diner. Sorry, I might be moving around too fast. Got disoriented there for a second. Lots more tin cans, ceramic mugs. Okay, so here we are having corpses. This looks to be more of people who might have been here. Well, I don't know. I don't know the age of the corpses. But they could have been here during the initial attacks of 2077. You'd have to really date them. Sorry. Did not disturb the corpses. I apologize for that. Being open air, like to go back to that skull too. Being open air, it doesn't necessarily mean that a person disturbed these bodies and took these body parts apart. Like you can see, one of them's missing its legs. The act of scavengers would have been sufficient enough to, displace body parts and things like that. I have found a fast travel location. Woot woot. Jury Street Metro. All right. So that's what this is, the Jury Street Metro. Once again, the symbol doesn't look like the current modern day DC metro system. Not going to go into there yet. Okay. We have yet again another red rocket, similar to the one we saw in Springvale. So it is some sort of fueling station for these vehicles. I'm beginning to wonder if they're not internal combustion engines. The reason I might not have seen fueling pumps at the last one is that there might not have been a need for one. Speculation right now. These vehicles may have simply needed to drive over a pad like this and the charge would have come through. Otherwise, that's where the pump would have gone. Unfortunately, again, the convenience store attendant station has also been thoroughly destroyed. At a place like this. So it's getting dark again. Now this is a curiosity. Okay. So these are sort of retro styled phones. That couldn't be for nickels, dimes, and that has to be $5, $10, $25, because there's no way calls would be that cheap in 2077. But these would be video chat calls. Interesting. I mean, I've seen this in a few other places on here that they've sort of reverted back to sort of a cathode ray tube technology before the war. A sort of a full embrace of this sort of retro technology. So things are getting dark, so I'm going to try to find a place to go inside. Let's see if this grocery store can offer me a little bit of a shelter for the night. What the? That looks like a trap. What the? Going to the grocery store and seeing this is never a good sign. I'm just saying. These boxes have all been lined up. Okay. This place might be occupied. Alright, so we have some more trash, more debris. Some sort of vending machine or some other piece of equipment laying in here. That oven's on. That's gas. Okay, I'm gonna need to get out of here. I believe this place is rigged to blow. What was that? Oh, sign in the corner. You know what? It's there's another one of these little pads. Gotta be careful. Pitching machine. That's not good either. I don't want to wait. Yeah, this place has been rigged. Alright, I think I've had the same problem that I did earlier. Where my game is locked up on me. And I think if you're there still watching, you're just seeing me with a black screen, and I apologize for that. Unfortunately, let me try a few things right now.